Hey, welcome back everyone. So, currently right now, the last video I did about the topic of veganism, I'm actually still currently editing it right now. But surprisingly enough, Mr. Backwards NHC, pretty much, how should I put it? He's actually chosen to consider a more compassionate path. So I guess in my keyboard warrior activism, I do get lucky sometimes. But I'm thinking a lot of people probably don't really get this lucky. And probably just butting heads all the time and getting nowhere. Especially with some of these other online arguments that I've seen. But as I am trying to move away from this Facebook comment world into more important things, I'm trying to figure out what type of activism actually works. 'Cause there's probably a lot of people getting very frustrated talking with people that are just so dense like that. And for the most part, with most people, it probably doesn't do very good either way. Because let's face it, most of these people that are just being complete pricks probably are working some terrible 9-to-5 job. And, well, I don't really want to put them down at all, so how should I really put it? It's just not in their interests to change it all. And they just can't see it. They don't know anything different, and argumentative little Facebook comments that completely prove them wrong get them absolutely nowhere. Because for the most part, with all their ridiculous comments, most of them still think they're right. But I've been thinking. And I thought all the way back to my recent trip to London, where I met more vegans than I ever have before in my life. Because here in my hometown, I'm kind of a needle in a haystack, so to say. But I've been thinking about some certain forms of activism that they do over there. The one that I like quite a bit, and I've mentioned a few times on this channel before, I think already, is the Earthlings experience. I think this is a great way to bring up awareness. And it is quite highly effective. And yeah, I compared it to some street preachers and everything, because that's kind of what it reminds me of, in a weird kind of way. Yet street preachers are kind of always yelling. But with this, it's two people. And you don't know what their faces look like, and they sit there. And if you dare, you can come up and find out why they're here. I really like the Earthlings experience, but however, considering that you probably need at least two people to do this, and I'm kind of, like I said, a needle in a haystack out here, I don't know how much that'll work out for me. Recently, I watched the whole thing over on Vegan Revolution's channel about the Chalktivism story. And honestly, that is a work of pure genius. I thought it was great. And it's chalk, so it's not permanent. It's not like you're going up and putting graffiti all over the building. It'll wash away in the rain. However, that's the UK, and I don't think things work quite that easily over here in the US. Yeah, you know, because of that whole little thing that they call the Animal Enterprise Terrorism Act. There's a lot of YouTube channels now that I've discovered after my trip to London, where people go out and interview people out in the streets, which I also think can be quite effective. And then there are other forms of activism that I don't know if myself I could do, like the Toronto Pig State. I don't know how much I could keep my cool knowing exactly where these guys are going to end up. In fact, I probably wouldn't be able to contain myself very well at all. So maybe I got lucky in one commenting argument. But it definitely isn't always that way. And a lot of time, people just don't care. Or they'll come up with some excuse using anything from science to religion to purely selfish reasons. But to make the world a better place, I think everybody knows that we can't all do it in one day. But things I have been reading into lately do give me hope. Apparently a lot of users on Reddit definitely think that veganism and vegetarian is definitely going to be the future. And I also think that when somebody who did a lot of very, very significant things for the science world says something like this, I think he definitely knows what he's talking about. So, tell you what, I'm gonna make a few more videos. But let's see if I can get more into the food side of things. 'Cause I mean, isn't that also what it's all about too? Considering I have only done one what I eat in a day video, maybe I'll do something else. But it's not really easy for me to film things that I'm about to eat. So I'll see what I can come up with and make some more positive styled videos. But probably some negative ones coming up too. Because I guess that's what everybody is. A balance of positivity and negativity. So, as I currently try to resort myself out, thanks again so much for watching. And until we meet again.